Salem is a city built on secrets, scandals, and second chances, but on June 4th, it becomes a battlefield for one woman's soul. For Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, the morning of June 4th begins like any other in the seemingly quiet corridors of Salem University Hospital. She reviews a chart, sips cold coffee, and tells herself she knows exactly who she is. She is a mother, a doctor, and as of late, she is Brady Black's girlfriend. But by the time the sun sets over the town square, the carefully constructed walls around Sarah's heart will have crumbled. The safe harbor. Brady Black. Let's rewind to the stability. For months, Sarah and Brady, Eric Martsolf, have been the antidote to Salem's usual chaos. Their relationship wasn't born from an affair or a revenge plot. It grew from quiet conversations, mutual respect, and the shared exhaustion of loving difficult people. Brady doesn't try to fix Sarah. He simply shows up. When she frets about little Victoria's allergies, he has a pediatrician on speed dial. When she gets lost in the what-ifs, he anchors her with a dry joke and a steady hand. He represents the future Sarah always wanted, the one without whiplash. But here is the cruel irony of soap operas and of life. Stability is boring. And boring, in Salem, is often the first casualty of unresolved history. The Unfinished Symphony. Xander Cook enters. Xander, Paul Telfer, he is not stability. He is a hurricane in a tailored suit. Yet, for Sarah, he has always been her hurricane. Their connection has never been about convenience. It is cellular. It is the way he says her name, Sarah, with that British rasp that manages to sound both like an apology and a challenge. Despite the kidnapping, the lies, and the spectacular implosions, Xander is the only man who has ever made Sarah feel truly seen in her chaos. Lately, the dynamic has shifted. This isn't about the old games. After Sarah lost a patient recently, a tragedy that shook her medical confidence to its core, she didn't call Brady. She found herself in the dim light of the Kuriaki's mansion, crying on Xander's shoulder. Why? Because Xander has also lost everything. He knows the specific texture of grief that makes you want to scream into a void. He didn't offer platitudes. He offered silence and a glass of scotch. He let her fall apart without trying to glue her back together immediately. That is the danger. Xander has grown up. He is no longer just the swaggering villain. He is a father who reads bedtime stories and a man who looks at Sarah like she is the only proof he needs that he isn't a monster. The June 4th spoiler. A tug of war without ropes. According to inside sources, the June 4th episode does not feature a dramatic confession or a fiery kiss. It is far more painful than that. It features a moment. Sarah and Xander are forced to collaborate on a medical emergency involving one of Victoria's playmates. In the pressure cooker of the their professional instincts align perfectly. They don't even have to speak. He hands her a clamp before she asks. She knows which vein he will suture next. It is terrifying, intimate, and deeply romantic in a way that flowers and candlelight dinners never are. After the crisis passes, they are alone in the on-call room. Xander brushes a strand of hair from her face, a gesture so tender it breaks something inside her. He whispers, "I know you're with him. I know I lost the right. But tell me you don't feel this, Sarah. Just once, tell me the truth." Sarah doesn't answer. She can't, because the truth is a pendulum swinging between two men. With Brady, she has peace. She has predictability. She has a man who has never stolen a diamond or held a district attorney hostage. Brady is the safe harbor where her daughter can grow up without scandal. With Xander, she has fire. She has a partner who matches her intellect and her darkness. She has a man who, despite every sin, has never stopped choosing her. The emotional fallout. This isn't just a love triangle. It is an existential crisis for Sarah Horton. Choosing Brady means accepting a quiet life, but it also means admitting that redemption is impossible for Xander. Choosing Xander means forgiving the unforgivable, but it also means risking Victoria's stability for the sake of passion. Lindsay Godfrey has played this conflict with subtle devastation. Watch her eyes on June 4th. When Xander walks away, there is a split second where Sarah's hand twitches. As if to stop him. She doesn't, but she wants to. Meanwhile, Brady isn't stupid. He notices the distance. He notices that Sarah flinches when he criticizes Xander. The real drama isn't who Sarah kisses next week. It is who she thinks about when she is lying next to Brady at night. In an era of streaming and binge watching, Days of Our Lives is proving that the slow burn still works. This triangle works because all three actors have chemistry, but more importantly, all three characters have a point. Brady argues that love should be a refuge, not a renovation project. Xander argues that love is messy, and that the person who knows your worst self is the only one who deserves your best. As for Sarah, on June 4th, she realizes the cruelest truth. She doesn't have to choose between two men. She has to choose between two versions of herself. If she stays with Brady, she is the woman who values security over soulmates. If she returns to Xander, she is the woman who believes in redemption, no matter the cost. Tune in on June 4th not for explosions, but for the quiet implosion of a woman's heart. In a genre famous for amnesia and doppelgangers, Days is delivering something far more shocking. A realistic portrait of loving two people at once. Will Sarah break Brady's heart? Will she give Xander the one thing he has never truly had, unconditional trust? Or, in true Salem fashion, will a runaway car or a long-lost twin make the decision for her? One thing is certain. When the episode ends, and the credits roll, viewers won't be asking, who will she pick? They will be asking, who would I pick? And that, dear readers, is the magic of a story pulled in two very different directions.